A very good morning to all present. Sundaropi Sushila Vidya Sarvasya Bhushanam. I may be beautiful, wealthy, and well cultured, but without the ornament of knowledge, one is incomplete. Today, in our midst, we have such an ornament of knowledge. It is a privilege and an honor on behalf of Government Engineering College, Bharuch, to welcome Professor Chetan Solanki in our midst. Welcome, sir. He has been proudly referred as the solar man of India by Times of India, India Today, and The Hindu. He is also fondly known for his initiatives and his remarkable contribution in the field of solar energy as the Solar Gandhi of India. I once again welcome you, sir, and thank you for sparing your valuable time to be with us. I also welcome all the distinguished guests who have spared their valuable time today to be with us here today, online and offline both. I thank Dr. Jeevraj sir, Professor Rinku, Principal of KJ Polytechnic, all the principals, all the head of the departments, all the academic faculty, and the fraternity who have joined us online and offline today, especially to all the students who will be the catalyst of change which your sir is today to promote. I now request the principal of the Government Engineering College, Bharuch, Dr. S.R. Joshi sir, to kindly welcome Professor Chetan Singh Solanki with a bouquet of flowers and a moment of appreciation. Yes, sir. Now request the Principal of Government Engineering College, Bharuch, Dr. S.R. Joshi sir, to kindly give the welcome note.
Pinnacle of knowledge and dedication for nation, Dr. Chetan Singh Solanki. It's bit, I'm feeling bit odd to give this introduction. Introduction is to be given for a person who is not known. But though, as a head of this institute, I will give a very brief introduction. I know that he has got some time constraints. He has been a professor at IIT Bombay in Energy Science Department. We all know that passion for energy awareness and energy solutions in common people is indeed phenomenal. We have seen many social workers working in different fields without any great expectations. He is working in this field which is very relevant. We all know that the wastage of energy, conservation of energy and generation of energy through renewable energy sources are very relevant, and they are relevant, I would say, so much that the importance is never so high which is today. If we are not aware, if we are not taking hard steps today, then it may be disastrous for our earth. It is about changing the lifestyle, changing the mindset of common people. So hard, right? Technology may give solutions, but then to change the mindset of the people, especially we as a teachers would like to associate with him in the manner that we will educate our students. They are our future engineers. Whenever they go to the field, right, they will educate people as well as technicians and industry about the energy awareness, efficient usage of energy. All faculty members and different invited guests as well as students on the online platform are waiting to listen him. I humbly request him to give his speech. I feel too much privileged that he has given consent to visit our institute and spare his valuable time. Sir, please come forward. Please, sir.
Should I speak? Mic for the online audience?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Yes. All right. So, good morning, everyone. I hope all of you are fine. All fine. And that is the biggest problem of the world. That people are the fine. Because we work so hard in our life. We want to learn, we want to acquire degrees, we want to acquire positions, we want to look good, we want position in society, and we really work very hard throughout our life. फिर लोगों से पूछो कैसे हो तो बोलते फाइन, कह रहे गड़बड़ है। ठेले वाले से पूछो भैया कैसे हो, he says fine. ठेले वाले से थोड़ा अच्छा पोजीशन में टैक्सी वाला उससे पूछो कैसे हो, he says fine. इधर कॉलेज में आके सब प्रोफेसर लोगों से पूछो कैसे हो, they are also fine. गड़बड़ है ना आंसर में। As per गीता, दुनिया में जब से हम जन्म लेते हैं, जितने भी काम करते हैं, there is only one purpose behind every single act that we do in our life, that is to be happy. Whether we want to do good, we want to study hard, we want to eat something, we want to eat ice cream, there cannot be any second purpose of every single act that we do, isn't it? तो असली में तो खुश होना होता है, पर जीवन भर खुश ही नहीं होते, फाइन पे अटके रहते हैं। So let me ask once again, आप कैसे हैं? Happy, great. That's the one condition that is compulsory for attending my talk, right? Because जब मैं ऐसे हंसते मुस्कुराते हुए चेहरे को देखता हूँ, तो ऐसे अंदर से आवाज निकलती है, अच्छा लगता है बात में। और ऐसे मुरझाए हुए दुखी चेहरे बैठे हो सामने, तो फिर मजा नहीं आता। So be happy till this next 30-40 minutes, right? उसके बाद तुम्हारा मन करे कि अब बहुत खुश हुई, अब तो दुखी होना है, तो दुखी हो सकते हैं 30-40 मिनट तक, और 30-40 मिनट तक happy, right? And how do I know that you are happy? With a smile, right? So you have to keep a smile on the face. और यदि चेहरे पे असली मुस्कुराहट नहीं हो तो नकली ही रखना, और रखना जरूर, right? जब तक असली नहीं आ जाए जीवन में, नकली से भी काम चलाना चाहिए। झूठ मूठ की स्माइल, सब लोग झूठ तो बोलते होंगे, बोलते हैं ना? हाँ, तो ये भी झूठ बोले। किसी ने पूछा ऐसा घर में ताजा ताजा झगड़ा करके आए हो बीवी से, पति से, और कोई दोस्त मिल गया और पूछा कैसे हो, तो फिर क्या करेंगे? झूठ मूठ बोलेंगे, खुश हूँ, पता है अंदर से वो गड़बड़ है। So everything that we do it is this for happiness, right? Even in the world, in the current modern world, 21st century, scientifically advanced century, we do everything for one purpose, to be happy. We want to grow our income continuously. Every country wants to grow their income. Everybody wants to grow GDP. Every finance minister, prime minister is working so hard to ensure that GDP increases. लोगों से पूछो क्यों GDP क्यों बढ़ाना है? तो जैसे कि GDP बढ़ने से, इनकम बढ़ने से सुख समृद्धि आती है, खुशहाली आती है, isn't it? Great. So if you observe ourselves closely in India last 20 years, the GDP of the country is growing with a rate of 5%, 6%, 7%, 8, 9% rate. So with this GDP growth, is the smiles on the people's faces also growing? No. GDP grow रहा है, but smile grow नहीं हो रहा है. उल्टा जरूर हो रहा है. With the GDP growth, tension is growing, stress is growing, depression is growing, violence is growing, suicide rates are growing, divorce rates are growing. Everything is ulta than what we are thinking. हमको लगता है सुख समृद्धि आएगी जीडीपी बढ़ने से, पर एक्चुअली सब उल्टा ही हो रहा है. So when you look from this perspective, you realize that something is wrong in this world. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है ना? मुंबईया भाषा में बोलते हैं इसको, दुनिया में कुछ तो लोचा है ना? बहुत बड़ा लोचा है. जो करने कुछ और जा रहे हैं वो कुछ और रहा है, isn't it? Not only that, because of this growth that we want, we are destroying the very same nature that nurtures our life. Air, water, soil, river, forest, everything is in a bad shape. Everything that nurtures our life is degrading, isn't it? Air, for example, we need to breathe, and we need to breathe every minute several times. Something so precious that we cannot live without breathing for more than a minute, 2 minutes, isn't it? How long you can live without breathing, by the way? If I ask you to अपना श्वास बंद रखो 1 मिनट के लिए, तो क्या होगा? 80 to 90% लोग स्वर्ग सिधार जाएंगे. Just 1 minute you cannot live without breathing. So we should be doing something great about it. So special, so precious. जिसके बिना 1 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं रह सकते, उसके लिए तो बहुत कुछ करना चाहिए. तो क्या करते हैं हवा को ठीक करने के लिए? कुछ भी नहीं. उसको बिगाड़ने के लिए क्या करते हैं? सब कुछ करते हैं. That is what we are, these so-called modern human beings of 21st century. पानी जिसके बिना हम 3-4 दिन से ज्यादा जिंदा नहीं रह सकते हैं, उसको ठीक करने के लिए क्या करते हैं? कुछ नहीं. बिगाड़ने के लिए सब कुछ. हमारे पूर्वजों में नदियों की पूजा होती थी. माँ मानते हैं नर्मदा मैया, गंगा मैया. आज ये हालत हो गई है कि आप पवित्र से पवित्र नदी में जाके 1 गिलास पानी नहीं पी सकते. Can you do that? We can't. Look at what we have done. तो हवा खराब, पानी खराब, जंगल जो कि पेड़ माने जाते हैं, the lungs of the nature. What we have done? We have cut it down by 40%. The forest cover has come down by 40%. So all this modernity that we are in of the 21st century, is it modernity है? ये modernity है कि मूर्खता है? And it looks like it's a big stupidity of the 21st century humans. How can we do that? How can you destroy the very same nature? It looks like a great stupidity. But that's what we are. That's how we are, isn't it? We do not even realize that how dangerous we have become for ourselves. Last year I went around the world for what I call Gandhi Global Solar Yatra. And I visited about 30 countries, almost every corner on the planet, and all kind of countries, rich country, poor country, developing countries, developed countries. And I summarized this whole idea in my book, but within the summary, I made a summary that what is the characteristic of this human today on this planet. So I come up with a 3 point, that the humans of today have 3 characteristics. Number 1, we are the most dangerous animals on the planet. No animal is more dangerous than the human being. So dangerous that we have destroyed the very same nature. And it's huge nature, right? Planet is huge, it's not small. हमें ये भी नहीं पता है कि हम कितने खतरनाक हो गए. आई कीप गिविंग एग्जांपल कि मान लो एक जंगल हो, एक जंगल में 100 हिरण हो और उनके सामने एक शेर खड़ा हो, भूखा शेर, तो क्या करेगा? एक हिरण को मारेगा, खाएगा, पेट भरेगा और शांत हो जाएगा. और उसकी जगह इंसान खड़ा हो तो एक को तो मार के खाएगा, एक दो चार को फ्रिज में रखेगा, 10-12 की एफडी करा देगा, है ना? फिर नाते के लिए, पोते के लिए, भगवान जाने 100 में से एक आध छोड़ेगा कि नहीं छोड़ेगा. That is how we have become. The humans of today are the most stupid animal on the planet. शेख चिल्ली की कहानी में हमने पढ़ा है कि जो एक व्यक्ति रहता है, पेड़ की जो ब्रांच पे बैठा होता है उसी को काटता है. ऐसे व्यक्ति को क्या बोलते हैं?
दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा मूर्ख.
वही तो हम कर रहे हैं, जो हमारे जीवन का आधार है, हवा, पानी, मिट्टी, जमीन, जंगल, सबको काट रहे हैं. तो इससे बड़ी मूर्खता क्या होगी? And the third characteristic is that the humans of today are the most ignorant animal on the planet. Why? Because I keep asking people, how many of you use solar energy? How many of you use solar energy? 2-4 लोग हाथ खड़ा करते हैं. तो बाकी लोगों को याद दिलाना पड़ता है कि खाना वाना खाते हो क्या? खाना वाना खाते हो? नहीं, बहुत सारे लोगों को डाउट है खाते कि नहीं खाते. खाते हो ना? Is that not solar energy? If you are breathing, is that not solar energy? If you are drinking water, is that not solar energy? Our entire existence is solar energy. But look at our ignorance. We feel that only when we use solar panel, we use solar energy. Look at the ignorance. So धरती माँ क्या बोलती हुई, इतने बिगड़े हुए लोगों से तो भगवान ही बचाए. Isn't it? हम इतने बिगड़ गए हैं, दिन दहाड़े इस दीवार के बाहर इतना लाइट है, इस दीवार के बाहर इतना लाइट है, और हम ये लाइट चालू करते हैं, खिड़कियां बनाई, उसके ऊपर पर्दे डालते हैं और फिर लाइट चालू करते हैं. Do we do that? Yes. So before I keep going, let us stop this crime. I'll tell you why this crime. So can we stop these lights and open the windows? और इसको यदि किसी को परेशानी हो लाइट बंद करने से, किसी का तबीयत खराब हो जाए, दिल मचले, तो फिर वापस चालू कर लेंगे. एक सेकंड. He doesn't even know how to open it. Okay, it's not working. All right, that's enough. Light at the back side. Light at the back side. Okay, all right. So, if you feel uncomfortable with this low light condition, और दिल मचलने लगे, बेचैनी होने लगे, उल्टी उल्टी का मन करने लगे, तो बता देना, फिर से चालू कर लेंगे. All right. बट हम इतने बिगड़ गए कि हमें पता भी नहीं चलता कि हम कितना नुकसान करते हैं. And we do it every day, at home, at office, at public places, everywhere. More than a use, we started misusing the resources. The second important point is why we do this. Why we do it all? कब से चालू कर दिया हमने? कब से बिगड़ना चालू कर दिया? And if you look at the history of the humans, you realize that ever since we started industrializing ourselves, 1850s onward, when we started using coal, when we started using crude oil in 60s and 70s, when we started using gas in 80s and 90s. We started all this using fossil fuels. So 1850s, before that, it was at zero. हमारा पूरा जीवन सोलर पे चलता था. तब से हम बिगड़ना चालू हुए, बिगड़ते बिगड़ते आज इतने बिगड़ गए हैं that 81% of our life runs on fossil energy. 81%. And that's good. We require energy because our growth is dependent on energy. Our social growth, economic growth, our literacy, our education, our health, our security, everything is dependent on energy. So we need energy to grow. But the problem with this fossil energy is that it is all based on the carbon source. Whether it is petrol, diesel, coal, LPG, CNG, everything is a carbon source. And what is the problem with the carbon source? So what is the chemical reaction when you burn a carbon? So carbon plus oxygen results in carbon dioxide plus energy. So you use energy, but two things happens. Number one, you are using precious oxygen from the planet. It is taking oxygen. Whether you are cooking, you are taking oxygen. In your vehicle, you are taking oxygen. In power plant, you are taking oxygen. So one problem is the loss of oxygen. Second problem is it results in emission of carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas. It has a greenhouse effect. And what is the greenhouse effect? The warming of the planet. ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट वैसे ही होता है जैसे कार में बैठे हो, कांच बंद कर दिया और एसी बंद हो तो क्या होता है, अचानक यू स्टार्ट फीलिंग द वार्मनेस, राइट? सेम थिंग इज हैपनिंग बिकॉज ऑफ द CO2 दैट इज प्रेजेंट in our environment. So we required some amount of CO2. But after millions and millions of years of balancing work done by the nature, the right amount of CO2 was present. The right amount. बहुत ज़्यादा CO2 है तो problem. Planet will be very warm, like our neighboring planet. If there is a less amount of CO2, then again it is a problem because the planet will be too cold, like other side of our planet. But after millions of years of work, the right amount of CO2 was present. That was 280 parts per million. So the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere is 280 parts per million for thousands and thousands of years. But ever since we started pumping more CO2 in the atmosphere, it started increasing, and now it has reached to a level about 410 to 415 parts per million. So from 280 to 410, 415 is about 45 to 47% increase in the CO2 concentration. And anything that changes by 45, 47% is a big, big change, isn't it? हम सबकी height 45% बढ़ जाए या 45% घट जाए, so that is a major change, isn't it? So we have caused this major change by increasing the CO2 concentration to so much level that it has resulted in a global warming of the planet on an average by 1 degree centigrade. पूरा planet, इतने बड़े planet का temperature on an average 1 degree centigrade बढ़ गया, about 1.1 degree centigrade. Many may say that what is the big deal? Only 1 degree centigrade. What's the big deal? Summer में temperature goes to 45, 46, 47. Winter temperature goes to 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the big deal? 1 degree centigrade is a not big number, isn't it? But this average 1 degree centigrade itself is causing so much trouble in the planet. इतना उथल-पुथल मचा के रखा सिर्फ 1 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड के कारण. इसी 1 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड के कारण our seasons have changed. It is our own experience, isn't it? ठंड के समय ठंड नहीं ठीक से, बारिश के समय बारिश नहीं. You experience this? तो किसी वैज्ञानिक की जरूरत नहीं है to tell us कि something is wrong on this. So seasons have changed. Seasons have started becoming more and more erratic. So recently, about 5 to 6 weeks back, there was a heavy rain in Hyderabad. It was not monsoon, heavy rain in Hyderabad. 17 से 18 लोग मारे गए. That was so uncharacteristic. और क्या क्या हो रहा है 1 degree centigrade के कारण? Only because of this 1 degree centigrade, there are forest fires of increasing intensity and increasing frequency. So much so that there is forest fire in Australia and America. They are very rich countries, economically rich, scientifically advanced, but after being rich and scientifically advanced, they could not control the forest fire. You know that, right? Millions and millions of hectares of forest got burned, and billions and billions of animals burned alive. That is just because of this 1 degree centigrade. Because of the 1 degree centigrade, there were snowfall in the desert area. In the Middle East, snowfall. And wherever there is snowfall, in the Europe, like in France, there was a heat wave where the temperature has gone up to 45.8 degrees centigrade in France, one of the cities. We can imagine what is 45.8 degrees centigrade, isn't it? Because of this 1 degree centigrade, sea level is rising, and those countries which are at the low level area, there are a lot of migrations taking place. Bangladesh, for example. You read the internet, you'll figure out a lot of migration is taking place in Bangladesh. Indonesia, the capital, Jakarta, the government has planned to spend $300 billion to shift the entire capital because it is going to sink very soon. The sea level is rising. Even cities like Calcutta and Mumbai will be in trouble after 30 years, 40 years. Because of this 1 degree centigrade, the ice caps are melting so fast that it is estimated that in 10 years from now, about 8 to 10 years from now, the ice cap or the amount of ice on the North Pole will become zero. There will not be any ice left in the summer on the North Pole. So the 1 degree centigrade itself is causing so much on this planet. And the climate scientist tells us that we need to stop the global warming to about 1.5 degrees centigrade. Ideally, if not 2 degrees centigrade. 1.5 degree centigrade पे climate global warming को रोकना चाहिए, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 2 degree centigrade. Why? Because once we cross this limit or once we cross this Lakshman Rekha, the change in the climate is going to be irreversible. You will not be able to correct, no matter what you do. दुनिया के सारे लोग साधु संत भी बन जाए, उसके बाद तो क्लाइमेट चेंज को ठीक नहीं कर सकते. 1.5 degree centigrade. How much is the margin left? 0.5 degree centigrade. And this 0.5 degree centigrade is related to how much CO2 we can still emit, what is called carbon budget. So the remaining carbon budget for the planet is about 350 billion tons of CO2. Sounds like a big number, right? 350 billion tons of CO2 we can still emit before it touches 1.5 degree centigrade. You know what is our current rate of emission? 1,300 tons every single second, which turns to be 52 billion tons every single year. So 350 divided by 52 is how many years left? 7 years. And if you are not aware, there is what is called climate clocks are running. There are cities like New York, Japan, they have installed a clock which is running, which tells people how many days left. And you can search yourself climate clock and you will figure out it will become something like this. As per this clock today, 6 days and 344 days. By the way, these are not the calendar years. This year, this is calculated by the ratio 350 divided by how much is emission. So the emission is faster, this clock will run faster. And it is actually running faster. I am checking every day. It is not every day one. It is running faster than our normal day. So as per this, 6 years and 344 days are remaining only before we touch to 1.5 degrees centigrade. Wake up. It is our own planet that we are talking about, right? It is our own life that we are talking about. We are not talking about something else. But we, the modern human, have really almost looks like we have put the button of the self-destruction. That one day we will destroy ourselves by our own action. So this has happened and very, very short time is left to correct it. So what is the corrective action that we need to take? Dalai Lama recently mentioned, he said that the existence of humanity on the planet is at stake. Existence of humanity on the planet is at stake. Only prayers, pranayam or meditation is not going to help. What we need to do is we need to take some action. So what could be the corrective action that is required? What could be the corrective actions?
For renewable energy.
Stop the cause. What is the cause? Use of carbon. So stop the carbon use. You need to stop petrol, diesel, LPG, CNG, coal, everything that you are using, you have to stop it. Bring it to zero. In how many years? 7 years. Bring it to zero. So we need to take some action. We can't just keep waiting and watching and let's see who does what. We can't just do prayers and keep Bhagwan ठीक कर देगा, वो भी नहीं होने वाला. We need to take some action. So of course the action is that we shift carbon source to back to the normal. What is the normal situation? Run your life on solar energy. है ना? हम लोग इतने बिगड़ गए कि जो मेन एनर्जी सोर्स है उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? वैकल्पिक एनर्जी सोर्स, अल्टरनेटिव सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. कहां से कहां आ गए? सो जो अल्टरनेटिव सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी उसको वापस मेन सोर्स बनाना पड़ेगा, जो हमारे जीवन का केंद्र है. हम भटक गए पिछले 150 सालों में, जो भटके हुए वापस अपने घर आना पड़ेगा. Bring your life back on 100% on solar energy. But even before you do that, make sure that you do not repeat another mistake. Otherwise, look at the humans. Every time we rely on science and technology, we regret later. Look at your life. Look at 150 years of development. Everything that we have done, बाद में लगता है अरे यार ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. Once upon a time we were very proud of green revolution. Today we say नहीं ठीक नहीं है. Organic होना चाहिए, right? Once upon a time we were very proud of nuclear technology development. We today regret अरे पता नहीं कौन पागल बटन दबा दे. Once upon a time we said wow mobile technology. आज हर पेरेंट्स सोचता है कि अरे यार ये नहीं होता, बच्चे बिगड़ रहे हैं, right? So every time we use science and technology, because our human life is very limited. The human mind is very limited. The brain is very limited. Our capacity to understand this universe itself is limited. But it is our scientific arrogance that tells us that we are great. It is our scientific arrogance that tells us that we moon पे जाना चाहिए, Mars पे जाना चाहिए. It is our scientific arrogance that tells that artificial intelligence develop करना चाहिए, robot होना चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए. Just out of arrogance. But in reality, the universe is so vast, infinite, both in terms of time and space, that the human mind cannot comprehend it. And we tend to make mistakes. So before we switch on and go back to the solar energy 100%, let us ensure that we do not make the same mistake again. And therefore, I always say that whatever Gandhiji said and his ideology is so important for the life of the human existence of this planet, that I call it, they are laws of human existence. What Gandhiji said is nothing less than the laws of fundamental laws of existence of human life on this planet. So two things which are very important and we must accept and adopt. Number one, he said that there is only enough in the world for everyone's need, not for the greed. दुनिया में सबकी जरूरत के लिए पर्याप्त है, लालच के लिए नहीं. Isn't it? You heard this? हमने पढ़ा है, सुना है, दीवारों पे लिखा है. बट हम तोते जैसा व्यवहार करते हैं. तोते को सिखा दो, बोलो हे राम या बोलो हे अपरिग्रह राम, कभी करता नहीं, उसको समझ ही नहीं आती. सो वी आर लाइक पैरट्स. कितने ही भगवान जाने हजारों कॉन्फ्रेंसेस तो सस्टेनेबिलिटी के ऊपर हो गई होगी. Is there anybody who is living sustainability? No. So first thing he said, no, there is only enough on this planet for everyone's need, not for the greed. There is absolutely no way we can violate this law. We have to abide by this. और इसको violate करेंगे तो पछताएंगे, एक दिन गिरेंगे और गिर ही रहे. Everything is growing in this planet. हमारा प्रोडक्शन बढ़ रहा है, जीडीपी बढ़ रहा है, कंजम्पशन बढ़ रहा है, सब कुछ बढ़ रहा है. But realize that the size of the planet is not increasing. The amount of water is not increasing. The soil is not increasing. The minerals are not increasing. Nothing is increasing. Except our desires are increasing. Needs are increasing.
Needs are limited.
Wants are increasing. Sorry. कैसे पॉसिबल? ये इक्वेशन तो फेल होने वाला है कभी न कभी, isn't it? So we have to abide by this. So number one, what does it tell? It tells us that make sure that you put a limit on what you consume, because everything is finite on this planet. Therefore, there has to be finite consumption by us, isn't it? So put a limit on what you consume is a very, very important. Number two, Gandhiji said, not the mass production, but production by masses is required. Not the mass production, because जब भी mass production करेंगे, it will always result in unequal distribution. Unequal distribution will result in gap in the society. Higher the gap, higher the problem. दो इलेक्ट्रिक कंडक्टर्स के बीच में जितना पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस होगा उतना स्पार्किंग के चांस बढ़ता है, जितना सोसाइटी में गैप होगा उतना डिससैटिस्फैक्शन बढ़ेगा, प्रॉब्लम बढ़ेगा, वायलेंस बढ़ेगा. And that is what is happening on this planet. One side there are people who have consumed so much resources, other side there are people who do not get clean water, access to electricity. So ये गैप तो कभी ना कभी किसी ना किसी का तो दिमाग खराब होगा कि ये क्या है. So he said, no, that's not a good idea. What we should do production by masses. ग्राम स्वराज होना चाहिए. तो ये दो नियम का पालन करना ही है. इसका उल्लंघन किया तो कभी ना कभी मनुष्य के जीवन के अस्तित्व को एंड जरूर आने वाला, guaranteed. You cannot survive without following this. So make sure that your limits, your consumption is limited, and make sure that what you consume is reduced, distributed. Here, when we apply this to law, limited consumption and distributed production, whenever you apply this to law, it results in what is called energy Swaraj. Because the entire everything runs by energy. So we need energy. Everything is energy. We need energy. But this energy has to be limited in consumption and there has to be distributed production of it. So when we start using local resources like solar energy, wind energy, biomass energy, when we start depending on the local people to install, service, provide, then we call it energy Swaraj, energy by locals, for locals. When we start doing that, then there is a skill development that will take place. Then there is a livelihood creation that will take place. It will result in a strengthening of a local economy. It will result in independence from the outside sources for energy. It will enable the country not to import. It will save a lot of our foreign exchange. We keep spending a lot of money. As a result of that, our energy security is at stake. The sovereignty of the country is at stake. And ultimately, if we start adopting to energy Swaraj, we will be able to mitigate the climate change also. So this one simple and single approach of adopting to energy Swaraj everywhere can really result in the corrective action that is required today on this planet and help us to sustain our life on this planet for centuries and centuries to come. Energy Swaraj, right? Energy by locals for locals. How do we approach? How do we adopt to the energy Swaraj? How do we go about it? So I have created another rule, I call it AMG principle. If you really want to adopt to the energy Swaraj, do not do it blindly. वरना घर में 4 AC हैं, चारों AC पैसे वाले हो तो सोलर पे लगा लिया, and then you say कि मैंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है. That's not correct. हिंदी में कहावत है ना, 900 चूहे खा के बिल्ली हज पर चली. इतना डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया आपने पहले ही, then you say कि I have done a great job. Don't do that. So follow what I call it AMG principle. AMG. A means avoid use of energy even if it is solar energy. Don't use it. Solar energy है तो भी उसको avoid करो. Why? Because solar modules are also produced with a great investment of energy in it. So you need to purify silicon, you need to make silicon wafers, solar cells, solar modules, glass, aluminum frame, wires, structures, transportation, a lot of things are required. So first thing you should do it. So because a lot of things are required, the production of solar panel is also not with any carbon footprint or zero carbon footprint. It has some carbon footprint. So what you should do is avoid use of energy even if it is solar energy. What you can avoid it? Many things. If you are running your institute in the daytime, don't use any light. राइट, सो वेल इल्यूमिनेटेड एरिया, बट हम बिगड़े हुए तो उसको सुधारें, घर पे यूज ना करें. When I started looking at my home, what can be avoided? There are many things that can be avoided. I have seen. So घर में फ्रिज अवॉइड कर दिया, वॉशिंग मशीन अवॉइड कर दिया, गीजर अवॉइड कर दिया, एसी अवॉइड कर दिया. It works. लोग इतने बिगड़ गए, मैं लोगों से पूछता हूँ, अभी तो थोड़ा विंटर कम हो गया, लोगों से पूछता हूँ एकदम कड़ाके की सर्दी में आप सबके घर में फ्रिज है? बोलते हाँ. सबके फ्रिज चालू है? हाँ. अरे ठंड में फ्रिज क्यों चालू है? We do not even realize कि हम कितने बिगड़ गए. तो फ्रिज में सबसे खराब होने वाला आइटम होता है मिल्क. यदि मिल्क को ठीक से रख लिया तो फिर बाकी की जरूरत क्या है? मेरे गांव में, इतने बड़े गांव में सिर्फ 4-5 लोगों के फ्रिज है, पर सबके यहाँ दूध आता है, तो क्या दूध खराब होता है? नहीं. तो दूध को बचा के रखना कोई बड़ा काम नहीं है. तो दूध को बचा लिया तो फिर बाकी सामान क्यों रखना है फ्रिज में? Why should not be fresh? तो मुझे हमेशा ऐसा लगता है कि जिन लोगों ने पुराने जन्म में बहुत बुरे कर्म किए होंगे, वो बेचारे लोग फ्रिज में अपना सामान ठंडा रखते हैं, फिर उसको गर्म करके खाते हैं. तो पुराने जन्म के कुछ कर्मों का फल है, isn't it? तो what is the first rule? Avoid use of energy, even if it is solar energy. तो आज जब घर जाओगे शाम को तो OLX पे अपना अपना फ्रिज भेज देना. इतनी बड़ी सुविधा उपलब्ध है ना. At least 1/3 of the electricity use that you are doing today can be avoided without spending any single rupee. 1/3 easily. So if you can reduce your electricity bill by 1/3, use it as an investment for the next 1/3. What is the next? Is M, minimize use of energy by using efficient appliances. LEDs, for example, are very efficient. 200 to 300% less electricity it takes as compared to the fluorescent lighting. So use LED. These fans are induction motor based fan which takes about 60 watt of power. There are fans available which are BLDC based fans that takes only 25 to 30 watt of power. So your needs will become less than half. So do that. Use 5-star rated appliances. Use LED TV, 5-star rated fridge if you really want to use it. Don't use AC, but if you really want to use it 5-star rated. So minimize your needs by 1/3. So avoid it 1/3, minimize it 1/3. How much is remaining? 1/3. So generate only 1/3 of what you require. And if your generation requirement is only 1/3, you do not need any money, you do not need any subsidy, you do not need any policy, you do not need any government. Nothing is required. You can really take action right now. And what is the action that we are propagating? Surrender electricity connection. आज ही बिजली कनेक्शन छोड़ दो, त्याग दो, एंड बिकम आत्मनिर्भर. प्रधानमंत्री भी कहते हैं ना आत्मनिर्भर भारत की जरूरत है. भारत आत्मनिर्भर कैसे बनेगा? जब हम आत्मनिर्भर बनेंगे, हमारे एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशन आत्मनिर्भर बने, इंडिपेंडेंट बने. सो वन ऑफ माय मिशन ऑफ दिस 11 years long यात्रा that I have taken, for 11 years I am going to live in the bus without any break. One of the mission of this यात्रा is लोगों के बिजली के कनेक्शन कटवाना. I sincerely feel there is no other alternative. When you are connected with the grid, you are likely to be, wasting energy. You are not going to put a limit on this. So दो नियम मैंने बताया, उसका उल्लंघन नहीं कर सकते. Put a limit on consumption and be local. The only way to follow this is surrender electricity connection. Be locally self-sufficient. If you are going to do that, it will be great service to you, for the state, for the country, and for the entire planet. So really think about it and take a pledge that you do that, and do it not for anybody else. Do it for yourself. Do it for your own children. हमारे बच्चों से हम इतना प्रेम करते हैं ना, उनके लिए छोड़ते हैं, वो करते हैं, इतना धन इकट्ठा करते हैं, पता नहीं क्या क्या करते हैं. एक बार मैं लेक्चर लेता, एक लड़की खड़ी हुई बोलती, सर अभी तक हमको लगता था कि घर में कोई नया सामान आता है, कूलर आता है, वॉशिंग मशीन आता है, तो हमको लगता था कि हमारे माँ बाप का प्रेम और आशीर्वाद है, ऐसा लगता था. अब क्या लगता है? खतरा है, हमारे ही जीवन को खतरा है. So what we do for our children is not really our love. If you really want to love them, if you really want to bless them, उनके लिए कुछ आशीर्वाद देना है, तो एक काम करना बस जीवन में, उनके लिए शुद्ध हवा छोड़ के जाना. और शुद्ध पानी छोड़ के जाना और शुद्ध मिट्टी छोड़ के जाना. That is the greatest contribution you can make do for your children. इससे ज्यादा उनको जरूरत नहीं क्योंकि वो तुमसे ज्यादा होशियार है. That we know, right? हाँ, उसमें कोई गलत फहमी नहीं किसी को. हमारे बच्चे हमसे ज्यादा होशियार है. वो तुमसे अच्छा जीवन जी सकते हैं यदि उनको उस लायक धरती छोड़ दी. तो अपना प्रेम और आशीर्वाद उस रूप में देना कि हम हवा को शुद्ध कैसे रखें, पानी को शुद्ध कैसे रखें, ये सब कैसे करें, वही आशीर्वाद देना. और ऐसा नहीं किया, यदि हमने ये सब नहीं सुधरे, इमीडिएटली एक्शन नहीं लिया, तो फिर irreversible changes होना चालू हो जाएंगे by the end of this century, which is about 80 years from now. Not very long, right? 80 years, the global temperatures are likely to rise by about 3 to 6 degree centigrade. 3 से 6 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड बढ़ेगा. और टेम्परेचर जब 3 से 6 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड बढ़ेगा तो ह्यूमन लाइफ विल बी देयर और नॉट देयर. देयर इज अ बिग क्वेश्चन. मनुष्य के जीवन का अस्तित्व रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा, बहुत बड़ा प्रश्न है. तो कहते हैं ना अभी कि once upon a time there were dinosaurs on this planet, and if we do not do anything, 3, 4, 5,000 years later एक नई प्रजाति आएगी धरती पे और बोलेगी once upon a time there were humans on the planet. हे भगवान, ये क्या बातें हो रही. बट मैं इसलिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि तुमको डराने के लिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, तुमको तैयार करने के लिए बोल रहा हूँ. This is how it is. This is the fact is. This is how the world is going to be, and better we prepare for it, so that we can withstand it, so that we can live a better life for our children to live. Otherwise, air quality index in Delhi is 500, 550. It reaches. तो मुझे हमेशा लगता है कि वो बेचारे बच्चे जो पैदा होते हैं दिल्ली में, उनकी क्या गलती है? जो हमारे कारण हमारे बच्चे प्रदूषित हवा इनहेल करते हैं, टॉक्सिक खाना खाते हैं, उनकी क्या गलती? It is all because of us. So let us live a beautiful, clean planet for our own children. Thank you very much for your attention. So last question I forgot to ask. How are you all? पर हैप्पी रहने का अभी टाइम खत्म हो गया है. तुमको दुखी होने का मन हो तो दुखी हो सकते हो. बट इफ यू वांट यू कैन बी हैप्पी. दो तरह के पॉल्यूशन लोग फैलाते हैं. एक तो केमिकल पॉल्यूशन आई स्पोक अबाउट, बट अदर इज इमोशनल पॉल्यूशन. है ना, सब मुरझाया हुआ दुखी चेहरा लेके जब हम घूमते हैं ना, तो वो भी एक पॉल्यूशन है. तुमको दुखी देख के लोग खुश नहीं होते. So better keep a smile on the face, you know. Thank you very much once again.
Okay, I thank Professor Chetan Solanki sir from the bottom of my heart. He has had a rippling effect, I'm sure, on every person who has heard his speech today. I think it has changed our mindset. So I think in the words of Swami Vivekananda, I'd like to sum up today's seminar as arise, awake, and stop not till the goal has reached. And I wish the Energy Swaraj Yatra all the best from us. And I hope everyone who has joined in today's session will take this back with them. I feel guilty now to even hold a piece of paper in my hand, which I have unnecessarily scribbled. Maybe that would have saved and contributed. So that little pinch that you will carry with you when you go back home is a change which I think sir is here to promote today. So I once again thank sir. I would also like to thank all those people, forgive me if I miss out somebody. The trustee of SVMIT, Jeevraj sir, principal of SVMIT, principal of Government Polytechnic, Rajpipla, principal of KJ Polytechnic, Professor Rinku madam, principal of DIET, faculties, all teachers of government schools, people from the press, people from the industry, all students, and everyone who has joined us for today's session. I hope and I sincerely wish that all of us be the element of change to save our planet. I would also like to thank Professor U.V. Joshi sir and Giri sir, who have been instrumental in organizing this event. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our principal, Dr. S.R. Joshi sir, who is always inspiring faculties from day one that we must always save energy I think the first circular that I read when sir entered into our premises was make sure fans and lights which are not being utilized should be off. So today we know that all great people think alike, and I hope and sincerely wish that from students to teachers to our families, we become the element of change. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.